Alright, so we've come to our third chord, which is the D chord, so that you can start learning how to play some songs, because you need 3 chords for a song. So we're going to show you the D chord. The D chord only uses the bottom 4 strings, so you're not going to play the top 2 strings of your guitar. And before we go into a close-up, I'll show you the D chord here and what it sounds like. So it's a very bright sounding chord. So if you look at your hand, it's going to be almost in a triangular shape, with your first finger going on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Your second finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. And then your third finger is going to be sandwiched between them on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. And there you go. So that's your D chord. So I'm going to show you a really cool trick to go between your D chord and your E chord that you can practice, an easy way to transition between these 2 chords. So let's go in for a close-up. Alright, so here we are at our close-up, and we're going to take a look at the D chord again. Like I said, you're not going to play the top 2 strings, so don't even touch those 2. Your first finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Your second finger is going to go on the 1st string, 2nd fret, so they're right on top of each other. Your third finger is going to reach out to the 2nd string, 3rd fret. So your fingers are kind of in a triangular formation, and you're going to play the bottom 4 strings. So a very nice sounding chord. Again, if you're hearing, check those fingers and make sure you're playing with your fingertips. So make sure you get the fingertips here, fingertips here. Another issue that some people have is with this 3rd finger. They'll be able to get the 1st finger down, the 2nd finger down, and then when they go to put the 3rd finger down, they put it right in front of the fret. And that string gets muted, because remember, when you're back here, you need a lot more strength than you do up here. So practice. Now this is going to be a little tough at the beginning, getting that 3rd finger all the way up to that fret, because if you put it back here, you're going to get this muted sound. So really stretch that finger forward. There you go. And again, remember, have your magic marker under here, reach around it, and play your D. So let's go through that one more time. We got the first finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and then our 3rd finger is going to be on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Now I told you there was an easy way to get between your D chord and your E chord. So if you leave your first finger down and take the other 2 away, slide your first finger forward. And then you can put the other 2 fingers down for your E. So let's go back to our D. So we got D, our 3 fingers. We're going to lift up the bottom 2 fingers, take them away, slide your first finger into the 1st fret. Good. Your 2nd finger is going to come up to the 2nd fret, 5th string. Your 3rd finger is going to go right below it on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Now you've got your E. So to change between your D and your E, you don't even have to move your first finger. You just keep this first finger down and you slide it back and forth. Pretty easy, huh? Alright, so that's your D chord, and you've got your little trick to go between your D and your E chord. So that's it. You got three chords now. So now you're ready to get into learning some songs, because 3 is the magic number. Before we do that, we're going to get into some chord changes so that you can practice changing between the chords and getting that quicker, because it stinks going into a song and you're playing and then you have this really long pause, and then you play another chord, then there's a really long pause. So we want to try and get those chord changes going before we get into our song. So we're going to do some of those first, and then I'm going to teach you your first rhythm pattern so that you can start playing. So I will see you guys in a little bit.